correctly, but whiffs the attack. What are they gonna do? Player 2 has a full drive gauge, but is on the brink of death. I can't believe it. The overhead kick. Are you kidding me? Player 1 made some smart moves there. Great game. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run up. Reads the command grab. Hits with the overhead. The drive impact whiffs. Are they ready to punish? You do not want to whiff an impact. Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Good anti-air. Wow, shut down. Player 1 with the life lead. Denies the jumping attack with a jumping attack of their own. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Huge opportunity here with no way to backdash out of danger. I wonder how both fighters will adapt to what we've seen so far. Starting to sweat a bit. Oh, talk about overextending. Blocking that drive impact isn't going to work. Blocks the low head, hits him with a stopping bomb. Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. Closing moments of the match. One hit's gonna do it. Player 1, burnout activates. Player 1 has depleted their drive gauge, but they are still within range to win this. They kept a close eye on the skies and it paid off. Good reactions there. Player 1 with a good start to the fight, but can they keep it up?
Fight.
Uses the target combo as a filler. Hits them with a stopping block. Waltzes in there and sweeps them off their feet. Player 2 has the life lead. Can they use it? There's been some back and forth, but no one has dominated the fight. Yo, kicking off their facial features with the Hyokusen. Player 2 is in a pretty good situation with a meter advantage. Showing some real tenacity. Going on the offensive. Goes with a safe stuff with that target combo. That's gonna leave him rattled. It's too much. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. It's time for both fighters to lay it all on the line. With the impact. Spinning bird kick. This is a drops them. Good judgment there. Player 1 can impact squash. Player 1 has experiencing burnout. Perfect execution with the anti-air. What now? Player 1 is looking at a grim situation which pumps the brakes on the impact. The drive impact doesn't work. Great job in escaping that corner. Drive impact misses. Tons of space between the fighters now. What are they? This is gonna hurt. Not looking good. The corner's a bad place to be. Player 1 needs to take advantage of this gauge disparity. Rushes in. Lightning kicks. Ugh, take a seat. Shakes things up with a fireball. Knew the throw was coming. Player 2, huge chance after that wall spike. Oh, sees right through him. Drop zone, baby. Player 1 can't use any drive moves. Gotta play it safe. Gets them in the air. Player 2 is gonna be watching replays for this one for a while. They really took it down to the wire. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. A jump. Big, low, heavy. Smart play with the throw. Closes the gap for the grab. What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Oh, whiffs the drive impact. Getting careless and missing a drive impact like that will leave you wide open. Impact's a no-go. Projectile to try and change the situation. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. All right, what's coming up next? Player 2 is almost dead, but some clutch drive moves and a few prayers could turn this around in their favor. In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. The impact doesn't do anything. Jumps up. KO! Player 1 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Tries to bait out a reaction to a fireball. The throw misses. Both fighters are looking for a way to get in, but there's still time to feel out the situation. Keeping track of the opponent's movements, waiting for a good opening. This is the range where things get messy. Can they utilize their reach or bait each other out? A quick breather uses the target combo as a filler. Smart use of the invincibility on the overdrive tension. Player 1 is working with a better gauge. What can they do with it? Knockdown and? Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. Side switch in the corner. Player 1 will need to play it conservative until their drive refreshes. Shows a medium kick. Gotta be a super arc. The super doesn't hit. That's not gonna hit. Jumps in. Throws them. Smart play with the throw. Both fighters planning something? Their spacing is so on point right now. But who's gonna blink first? Connects with the throw. Oh my God, they just choked it up. Ramp the overhead cannot. Big drive gauge difference here with little life left. They gotta focus. They're taking a step back to slow down the momentum on the fireball. Gotta hand it to both of our fighters. They put on a real clinic for us.
Here comes a new challenger.
Our fighters are pumping themselves up and are raring to go. Who's going to come out on top in this fight?
Fight with all your heart!
I'm not gonna lose.
Round 1. Fight.
The fight's now underway. This is Vicious with the play-by-play. This is a good range to test the opponent's reaction to fireballs. Denying them a breather there with a long-range fireball. Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. Huge opportunity here with no way to backdash out of danger. Corner switch means they can now go on the offensive. Just out of range for that throw. Can't tech the throw. Life lead is opening up, but that could still be overcome with smart drive use. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Throws out a projectile. KO! Player 1 sets the tone with that win. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Round 2. Fight.
They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? The jump-in is denied. Still very early in the round. They're still feeling each other out. Challenge from above. Goes for the jump-in. Both fighters planning something? Their spacing is so on point right now. Sees them coming and shrugs it off with a super arm. The life remaining tells us we're halfway through this match. Look goes to the air. Crowns them from above. Connects with medium kick. Follows up and tag, shrugs that off. Comes for them with the phalanx. Jumps. This can lead to some big damage. Overdrive lightning kick. How did they read that throw? Even the slightest hit may end the round. They can't afford any mistakes. Are we gonna see a comeback here? Close range projectile. Tons of space between the fighters now. What closes it out? We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? In with the phalanx. It's time for both fighters to lay it all on the line. Jumps in. Barely blocks the jump in. Connects with medium kick. Looking to impress with this super. Yo, kicking off their facial features with a Hoyokusen. Player 2 can't let this simmer. They gotta start cooking. Big chance here to do some damage if they can keep the corner pressure up. Oh, the throw connects. Breaks the block with a throw. This can lead to some big damage. They've got about half life left. Super armor, cold and calculated. Throws them. How long can this offensive assault continue? Player 1 is in a very good raw super art incoming. The super's blocked. Player 2 can't use any drive moves. Are you kidding me? Player one really had to fight for that one. No shortage of drama. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Jump, clutch, anti-air. There's a change of sides. Gets out of the corner. The jump-in is denied. Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Player two with the life lead. They've got a small life lead, but it's not over. Jump-in finds the mark. You can open up chances to do big damage by baiting something out, getting that opening, and then jumping in. Throws them to negate the block. Was well in range to score the throw. Player one creates a good corner opportunity. Sticks the combo. Holds out with the block. Knockdown. In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. Player one can KO. Player two picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round two. Fight.
Slides in with a fist to keep the pressure on. Jumps in. Gets the jump in. Smart use of the invincibility on the overdrive tension. Jumps. The throw missed. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important. Plenty of life left, a full drive gauge to work with. They have tons of options at their disposal. Both fighters will have to decide whether they want to go with an all-out offense powered by their drive or play it safe and conservative. Super art on deck for both fighters. Uses the gauge for a super art. Player two can't use any drive moves without burning out. Big throws, knockdown, and this is gonna hurt. In with the cross-up. Turns out, not much life left, but their drive usage may save them. They're going for the super art. In with the phalanx. Player two can't anti-air in the clutch. Okay, here we go. Player one can't let this simmer. They gotta chip them for the win. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. Comes for them with a phalanx. This is it. Knocked him out of the air. Blocks it. Crowns him from above. Shows a medium kick. Flies in with a fist to keep the pressure on. Tries to act quickly, but twists the attack. Handle with care. You can't drop drive impacts. Player two needs to wait this out. What are they gonna do? Chucks a fireball to continue their hold over their zone. Keeps them out. Drops them. Excellent read. Both sides getting ready. Can they use their drive to stage a comeback? Oh, super armor. Cold and calculated. Tons tries to make something happen with an overdrive art. In with the phalanx. The jump-in is denied. Okay, here we flatlines them. Player two really had to fight for that one. No shortage of drama. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Sees them coming and shrugs it off with the super armor. Early round decisions are so important to set the tone. Plenty of time left. How's the match gonna play out? No good up high. Goes air to deny them a chance. They're on the lookout for jump-in. Player one has a slight life lead that they may sit on. Throws them. What's next? Good job blocking the jump-in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Not having the cross-up. Just out of range for that throw. This is the range where things get messy. Can they utilize their reach or bait each other out? Shoots off a fireball up close. Opts for the air-to-air encounter. Can't tech the throw? Knockdown. in a dire situation. They can't afford any mistakes. Pokes with a medium kick. Closing moments of the match. One hit's gonna do it. Burnout activates. KO! Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Goes for the jump in. This round is so important. You can feel the intensity in the air. Nails the anti-air. Experiencing burnout. Player 2 in dire straits with burnout. Out of drive gauge. Now's the time. Super arts on deck for both fighters. How they approach the situation will be interesting. Knockdown and looking for a chance. Gets the jump in. What'll happen here? Player 1 will crowns him from above. This is a complete shutdown. Brushes that off and keeps going. Looking to impress with this super. Whoa, are they actually dead? It doesn't kill. They're still in this. Closes it out. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
Comes a new challenger.
They're all fired up. We're almost underway.
Show me everything you have.
I'm not gonna.
Round 1.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Checking their opponent. Checks with the projectile. Okay, we're in the early stages of the round. That was a solid anti-air. Wow, shut down. Jump in finds the mark. Gets the jump in. Player 2 can't let their drive gauge run out. They need to find a way to reset the situation. Managing their drive gauge well here can open up a lot of good chances for them later in the round. A depleted drive gauge will really limit their options here. Smart meter management is one of the keys to winning, so they'll have to keep tabs on that if they want to win this match. This is the range where things goes for the super art. Heats it up with a combo into super. Blocks it. Where's their opening? The quarter gets them. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Starting off with fireballs right from the get-go. The jump-in is denied. Snares them. Spinning bird kick. Player 2 can build off this lead. There's been some back and forth, but no one has dominated the fight. Takes the opponent out of the air. This is a chance to dictate smart use of the invincibility on the overdrive Tensho. Not much life left. Perfect execution with the anti-air. Noticeable life lead. This can lead to some big damage. Break through with the throw. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow-up here? So, what are our fighters planning in this opening round? That drive impact doesn't get through. Goes air to deny them a chance. They're on the lookout for jump-in. Player 2 will be in a world of hurt if their drive gauge runs out. Maintains composure and pushes out of the corner. Escapes the corner to reset the situation. The jump-in is denied. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Player 2 needs to deal with this burnout. Projectile to try and change the situation. Player 1 is almost dead, but some clutch drive moves and a few prayers could turn this around in their favor. Heading into the end game now, it's getting tense. holds out with the block. Opts for the throw to close it out. Player 2 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
Round 2. Fight.
Jumps up, gets the jump in. The jump in is denied. The fighters continue to check each other in the early going. Keeping track of the opponent's movements, waiting for a good opening. Jumps? You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Goes for the rush. Jumps in. Goes into the stance, knockdown and jumps up. Smart use of the invincibility on the overdrive tension. Attempts to break the stalemate with a fireball. They return to center stage. Target locked and scoop. Max SA gauges. Unbelievably in sync with a chance to score big here. What are they gonna do? Keeps them out. This is gonna hurt. All in with a rush. Oh, putting the cherry on top. Player 2 comes off the tank and scores the win. Player 2 gets the win in a convincing fashion.
Here comes a new challenger.
We're in for something special right here, right now.
Ready? Then show me.
Hope you're not a sore loser.
Round 1. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Blocks the jump in. The throw hits. Now the fun begins. Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. Huge opportunity here with no way to backdash out of danger. Tries to keep the pressure on the opponent by zoning with fireball. Player 2 can't afford to get hit again, but still has a chance to take the round if they can find openings to use their drive. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important. Heading into the end game now, it's getting tense. Opt for the free flow kicks and smart use of the invincibility on the overdrive tension. Next hit will end the round. Connects with medium kick. The quarter makes it hard to escape. In there! Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
Round 2. Fight.
Serenity Stream? This round is so important. You can feel the intensity in the air. This fight is just underway. What kind of game plan do they have? Things are slow going right now, but we may see someone speed things up soon. Keeping track of the opponent's movements, waiting for a good opening. Getting tipsy with the devil inside. The jump in catches them. You can open up chances to do big damage by baiting something out, getting that opening, and then jumping in. Player 1 can't use any drive moves without burning out. They're backed up into the corner. Drive rush to keep it going. Closes the distance. Their drive gauges are looking bare. Smart play with the throw. Goes for a risky overdrive. Sets up with the jump in. What'll happen here? Are they thinking about how to steal this round? Are we gonna see a comeback here? Here comes KO. That was a clinic on how a solid neutral game wins matches. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Looks like they want to establish a rhythm with their ground game and fireballs. He puts one in the pocket. It's the start of the round. How will they start their approach? Plenty of time left. How's the match gonna play out? Maintains composure and pushes out of the corner. Player 2 with the life lead. Can they exploit this advantage? Deftly shuts out the jump in. Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Taking stock. They hit each other. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Knockdown. Player 1 can't afford to get hit again, but still has a chance to take the round if they can find openings to use their drive. Life lead opens up. Ends the round with a sick combo. Amazing.
In my world.
Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Spending that drive gauge. Who's going to start things off? Dashes forward. Who will gain control of the match in the early going? Grabs them, knockdown. That's a big gap. Who's going to close it? A good chance here to recover the drive gauge or figure out the next step. Opts to continue the attack with the drive. Jumps up, barely blocks the jump in. Player 2 is going to have a hard time managing the bends the meter, hoping for a good return. Serving them a severe beatdown, and the fun's just starting. Their drive gauges are looking bare. Grabs and throws them away. Jump. Perfect execution with the anti-air. Oh, putting the cherry on top.
Come on. It's time to trade.
Uh-oh. This could really tip the scales. Player 2, can't you knock them out of the air? Genius read with that throw escape. Close range projectile. They back down to regroup. This may be the final push. They're in range. We gonna see a jump in? A dash? A touch? Player 1 closes it out. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. Opens with a jump in? Who will come out on top in this final round? Delivers the pain right to their doorstep. Crowns them from above. Uses the target combo as a filler. Boots them and takes a smart use of the invincibility on the overdrive tension. This can lead to some big damage. What's next? Player 1 is in a very good spot now. Wall splat into the guard break. Switch side. All the throw connects. Amazing. Adds a bit of OD spice there. Player 2, you gotta do better than that. Player knockdown. Here comes the mix-up. This is the throws him. Okay, here hits the drive. Looking for a hole. Solid anti-air. A real test of nerves here. Connects with the throw. Both sides getting ready. What'll be the closes it out? Player 1 made some smart moves there. Great game.
Here comes a new challenger.
Our fighters are pumping themselves up and are raring to go. Who's going to come out on top in this fight?
Beginning operation.
I'm not gonna lose.
Round 1. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Checks with a projectile. Jump in finds the mark. It's the start of the round. How will they start their approach? A dangerous range here. You don't want to get jumped on a long recovery move, or you're going to eat tons of damage. Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Forward throw, not letting them out of the corner. Cuts off the escape route. They want to deny them as much as possible to maximize their damage. Timely side switch there, which will let him go on the attack. Long low attack hits. In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. Checks with a medium kick. Jumps in. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Shows the medium kick. The kick hits! Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Looks like they want to establish a rhythm with their ground game and fireballs. Pokes with a medium kick. The quarter makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup here? Knockdown. They trade hits. Sees it coming and blocks it out. You can block impacts, but you're gonna lose some drive gauge when you do. They just won't overdrive cannon spike, scrapping it out up close. They are really going at each other this round. The reads they make now will be key. What'll happen here? Max SA gauges, unbelievably in sync with a chance to score big here. Jumps in. Blocks. Cross-up attack. Vintage. Barely get them with a quick low kick. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Carried to the corner, burns out. Sets up with the jump in. Smart use of the invincibility on the overdrive tension. Player 1 is in burnout state. A very precarious this can lead to some big damage. Split solid anti-air. What's next? Player 1, this is gonna hurt. Breaks it. Lightning kick. Oh, here in with the crosser. Throws them. How long can this offensive assault continue? Player 1 can't use any drive-throughs. Gotta play it safe. They are not getting close to each other. Sets up, they are done! Player 1 is gonna be watching replays for this one for a while. They really took it down to the wire. Rushes down the opponent to impose their will. Jumps in. Takes them all the way to the corner with that. They've got nowhere to run now that they're in the corner. Decides to go in with the target combo. Knockdown. Corner switch means they can now go on the offensive. Throws them to start the corner pressure. Knockdown. Holds out with the block. The quarter makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup here? At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important. Heading into the end game now, it's getting tense. Jumps up. KO. Player 1 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Immediate jump in. Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Blocking a jump in attack means you're at a disadvantage, so they should be looking to anti-air instead. Player 2 will need to play it conservative until their drive refreshes. They're backed up into the corner. They gotta be careful not to overextend or their opponent might go for a side switch. Spinning bird kick. Jumps in. Life lead is there, but still it opts for the critical arm. Yo, the special forces don't play. Delta Red assault.
Assessing damage.
Player 2 can't use any drive-through. Gotta play it set the stun. No way, that win wasn't luck. That was 100% planned. Gotta hand it to both of our fighters. They put on a real...
Special practice. Practice. Versus. Here comes a new challenger.
Our fighters are ready to get down to it, so let's start the match and see what these warriors are capable of.
Round 1.
The fight's now underway. This is Vicious with the play-by-play. Counter hit throw there. Low heavy. Puts up some damage with a long reaching attack. Ooh, will they hit, whiff, or even charge in? Tricky territory here. What are they thinking here? Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Knockdown. They get driven into the wall, breaking their guard. Sticks the jump in. Knockdown. Will this super art connect? Player 2 can't use experiencing burnout. Kid sneaks in the throw. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Starting off with fireballs right from the get-go. The jump-in is denied. Throws them to negate the block. Jumps in. Smart use of the invincibility on the overdrive Tensho. Their spacing is so on point right now. But who's gonna blink first? Jumps up. There's a change of size. Steals back a chance. Slices the ankles. Medium kick. What'll happen here? Up for the arrow. Full SA meters on deck for both sides. This in with the cross. Vintage. Both sides getting ready. Escapes the corner. Flatlines them. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. Opens with a fireball. This is it. Who's gonna take it all? Jumps. Barely blocks the jump in. Both the lows blocked. Blocks the low kick. Connects with the throw. Takes advantage of the hesitation and gets some good damage in return. Both are ready to fake out the low kick. The low. Player 2, overhead attack. Anti-air in the clutch. Somehow manages to block the jump in. This is gonna hurt. Oh, in with a rush. Super hard to show them what a PhD in fighters can do for you. That combo finishes it. Gotta hand it to both of our fighters. They put on a real clinic for us. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Throws a fireball. Rattles them with a spinning bird kick. Deftly shuts out the jump in. Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Will they incorporate that full drive gauge they have into their game plan? Overdrive arts give moves a big power boost at the cost of using some of the drive gauge, so meter management is vital. Player 2 chases them down. Throws them to negate the block. The jump-in is denied. Big counter. Sees it coming and blocks it out. Big low reaching heavy. Grabs them, takes a trip. Life lead opens up. Gets him. Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Starting off with fireballs right from the get-go. Blocks the low heavy. The throw misses. Both fighters want to establish themselves early on. Early round decisions are so important to set the tone. Knockdown. Fatal leg twister. Barely blocks the jump in. Gets scooped from down low. Smart stuff, poking at that range to zone the opponent. Full SA meters on deck for both sides. This could be over soon. This is where smart meter management is going to come into play. Our fighters will need to tread carefully. They are absolutely wailing on each other in the middle of the stage. Up for the arrow. Knockdown and throw leaves them wide open. You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Attempts to break the stalemate with the overhead, but it won't work. Life lead is there. Block win. Player 2 can't use any drive moves. Gotta play it safe. This is a critical moment. What a finish! Player 2 gets the win in a convincing fashion.
Special match. Versus here comes a new challenger.
Oh, looks like these two have more beef than a Philly cheesesteak.
Beginning operation.
I'm not gonna lose.
Round one. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Oh, with the drive impact. Getting careless and missing a drive impact like that will leave you wide open. They're not gonna allow any jump-ins. What are they thinking here? Player one chases them down. Huge opportunity here with no way to backdash out of danger. Forward throw, not letting them out of the corner. They're jostling for the dominant position in the corner. Got their eye on the air. We're near the KO. Player one picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Goes with a projectile for their opening shot. Jumps. Jumps in. Checks with a medium kick. Player one chases them down. Keeping them in the corner will only produce more damage opportunities. Zones with the fireball. Sneaks in above. You can open up chances to do big damage by baiting something out, getting that opening, and then jumping in. Whiffs the impact. Handle with care. You can't drop drive impacts. Bends the meter, hoping for a good return. Sammy's speed on full display. It's the Delta Red Assault. Noticeable life lead. Is a comeback still possible? Looking for a chance. In there. Player one faced the giant and walks away unscathed. What a win! Time to get down to business. The first round starts now. Throws them to negate the block. Player one chases them down. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Deftly shuts out the jumping. Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Shows the overhead. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Blocking a jump in attack means you're at a disadvantage, so they should be looking to anti-air instead. Will that drive impact get punished? All right, what's coming up next? Takes a big gamble and rips out a raw super. Goes for the super art? It's a good spot to use the super. Player one, a super art? Gotta be careful not to win. Smart decision there. The chip damage was enough. Player one picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Gets them with the anti-air. Jump? Things are slow going right now, but we may see someone speed things up soon. They're still feeling each other out. Checks with a medium kick. You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Had the radar up and running. Goes for the jump-in. Jumps in. Oh, they're in the corner now. Uses the gauge for a super art. Player one is dominating this match. Pokes with a medium kick. KO. Player one brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
Here comes a new challenger.
Our fighters are pumping themselves up and are raring to go. Who's going to come out on top in this fight?
Ready? Then show me.
Round one. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Uses this opportunity to really lay into the opponent with a damaging combo. Decent damage. What's next? a dangerous range here. You don't want to get jumped on a long recovery move or you're going to eat tons of damage. Player 1 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. How much damage can they deal before the opponent's drive gauge replenishes? Will that drive impact get punished? Gets the counter hit throw. Player 2 chases them down. Recovers from burnout. Switches it up. One combo can end this round right now. There's an overdrive arm. Blocks it. KO. Player 1 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Starting off with fireballs right from the get-go. Checks with a medium kick. Still very early in the round. Keeping track of the opponent's movements, waiting for a good opening. Both sides have the super gauge max and ready to rip. Meter management is going to be a huge factor. They quickly get back into the corner of the stage. Chases them into the corner and will now look to do some damage. The overhead connects. What'll happen? Hits them with a stop and bop. Player 1 has an empty drive gauge. This is a very precarious situation. They're in the corner and tries to act quickly, but with the attack. What's next? Yo, critical art now? Who's gonna take it? Doesn't check the throw. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Oh, plot twist. Drops him hard. Knew the throw was coming. Player 1 needs to use that drive gauge better if they want to take things back. Big gauge lead here. What separates the good from the great in this game is smart gauge management. SBK hits! What are they gonna do? Checking with the fireball. How will they react? Vintage! Jumps! Any throw in with the crosser. Medium kick. Runs that off. Lightning kick. A real test of nerves here. They're in range. We gonna see a jump in, a dash, drive impact misses. Were they looking to connect with an overdrive art from this situation? Somehow manages to block the jump. They are done! Player 1 made some smart moves there. Great game.
Round 1.
It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Drops him hard. The jump in is denied. Barely blocks the jump in. Blocking a jump in attack means you're at a disadvantage, so they should be looking to anti-air instead. Goes for the fireball. You know their fireball game is solid because they're only throwing it when their opponent can't jump them. What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Spends the gauge for the drive reversal. Gets the jump in. Holds out with the block. Adds on a bit extra to that to make sure the opponent walks away with a full plate. Somehow pushes back all the way to center stage. Even with both fighters in burnout, this may be the time to strike and take the round. Closing moments of the match. One hit's gonna do it. Gets the jump in. Just goes for it at this KO. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Checking their reactions with a fireball? The next round is beginning. What's gonna happen now? Holds out with the block. Early round decisions are so important to set the tone. Uses the drive rush here to steal their turn. Blocks it. Serenity Stream? Smart play with the throw. You've gotta be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Not much life left, but their drive usage may save them. Manages to block the jump-in attack. Switches it up. Both fighters planning something? Blocking that drive impact isn't going to work. Kaisen Dankai Raku. Playtime's over.
Such a lovely face. It just
And the connects with the throw. Wow, Saturn waiting for this opening. Hits that with confidence. Both sides getting ready. That was the highest if I've ever seen it. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks.
Final round. Fight!
Solid anti-air. Player 2 comes back from the break. Can they keep this focus? Both fighters are raring to go. Player 1 has the super gauge advantage. Overhead attack. That's a big gap. Anti-air in the clutch. Back dashes for space. Jump. Barely blocks the jump in. Presses for a reaction with a fireball. Links it. SBK hits. Some cross-up attack. Burns out. Oh, putting the cherry on top. Player 1 is looking at a grim situation with burnout. Here come all the throw connects. Chuck the fireball to continue their hold over their zone. What are they gonna do? Sets up with the jump in. Throws. Player 1 can't use any drive moves. Gotta play it safe. They are taking this to the absolute limit. Are you kidding me? Player 1 was definitely sweaty during that well-earned win.
Special online. Here comes a new challenger.
This isn't about just winning the match. Pride and bragging rights are at stake here. Both fighters will need to bring their A game to the table. Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Very nice anti-air there. They read their opponent like a book. Wow, shut down. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. The low kick connects. Picks up some damage with a long reaching attack. Well-timed command throw there. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important. Nice Manejidore. Getting those, the big play does it. Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Looks like they want to establish a rhythm with their ground game and fireballs. Holds out with the block. Zones with the fireball. Fireballs are risky, but if the opponent doesn't jump, they're one of the best ground game tools. Gotta be careful not to whiff at this range. Takes the opponent out of the air. This is a chance to dictate the pace. They just said, get that jump in, out of here. Spinning bird kick. Goes into the stance. Jumps. Medium kick hits. Full SA meters on deck for both sides. This could be over soon. Side switch in the corner. We're at a standstill, but we may see an eruption soon. Manages to block. That's gonna leave him rattled. These throws are lethal now. Look at the damage. Sets up with the jump in. The blow heavy. Flick overdrive Kento there to call them out. Oh, bends it on the fireball. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. They are letting it fly from the get-go. All the throw connects. A jump in, drops him hard. Zones with the fireball. All prepped up, ready to throw him into orbit. Both fighters have a full super meter on deck. The winner will be the one who manages it best. This is where smart meter management is going to come into play. Our fighters will need to tread carefully. Player 2 can't let this simmer. It pumps nothing but air. Somehow crowns him from above. All the throw connects. Oh, they changed spots. Flick overdrive Kento there to call them out. Both are ready to pull the trigger on their super art. SBK hit. Oh, putting the cherry on top. Oh, we're going Ryoku-sen. Back into the corner. This is gonna hurt. In. Player one really had to fight for that one. No shortage of drama. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. No, this'll break them. Dashes up. Decides to meet them in the air. Smart play there to go for the air-to-air. Even if it can't lead to a combo, it's low risk but effective. Player 2 has used up all of their drive gauge. We have one player in burnout state, which means they'll have to continue to fight temporarily without using any drive-reliant moves. Player 1 creates a good corner opportunity. Jump? Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. They don't need to go for anything big. Even a light tap could win this round. Player 2, it's too much! Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Holds out with the block. Rattles them with a spinning bird kick. Had the radar up and running. Connects with medium kick. These throws are lethal now. Look at the damage. Going in? Player 1 can't use any drive moves without burning out. Drive gauge gap here. Drive gauge is almost empty. They gotta be careful. Their spacing is so on point right now. But who's gonna blink first? One mistake here is all that's needed to finish the round. What's going to happen here in the latter half of this round? Player 2 is in a smart use of the invincibility on the overdrive Tensho. Flatlines him. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Was looking for that jump attack. Caught in the cross-up. The throw hits. Now the fun begins. Was well in range to score the throw. On dangerous turf. Easy to get tagged at this range. No good up high. Player 1 with the life lead. There's still a lot of fighting to be had. It's anyone's match. Gets the jump in. Nails the anti-air. Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. Grabs him. Takes a trip. Fantastic reactions there. Gets him. Player 1 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Goes with the projectile for their opening shot. Shows a medium kick. They block going on the offensive. Jump. Sticks the jump in. You can open up chances to do big damage by baiting something out, getting that opening, and then jumping in. Player 1, boom, experiencing burnout. Going in? No way. No signs of letting up from out of the corner. The throw is denied. A jump? Perfect execution with the anti-air. They push their way out of the corner. Noticeable life lead. Is a comeback still possible? Their spacing is gotta do better than that. Jumps in. Punish counter sets the pace in there. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves